Brothers and sisters, with my reparations package, we'll never ever have to go crawling back to the white man because we will own a piece of his infrastructure. We will own a piece of his wealth. We don't want none of his damn money. Our brother Bob Johnson, who sold BET to the devils in 2000 for $2 billion. He sold BET because he wanted to get into travel business because he saw how much money black people were wasting in the travel business because you like to party. That's your problem. Everything's a damn party. You go into the barbershop, it's 50 flyers for a party, only one for consciousness. You go into the hair salon, 200 flyers for a party, only one for consciousness. We want to party ourselves into extermination. That's right. Party, 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 brothers and sisters. We got to grow up. We can't be children forever. I'm not a Christian, but in the Bible it says when I was a child, I spake as a child. I acted as a child. But when I became a man, I put away all childish ways. We haven't done that yet. We want to edutain ourselves out of oppression. That's what we want to do. You want to edutate, you in the edutainment movement. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. I notice when I go live, right? I have thousands of viewers, but let me start cracking some damn jokes. I get 1,000,000 in 30 seconds. That's how much Negroes want to be entertained, but I was sitting backstage waiting to come talk to y'all today. I learned that Snoop Doggy Dogg posted a TikTok video of me today. I didn't know Snoop knew the Prince of Pan-Africanism. But I'm glad he does. Now, we ain't clapping yet till we get a damn FDMG donation check. But the video that Snoop Dogg posted, and I'm not knocking Snoop because I need a donation. But the video that Snoop posted was a TikTok video that somebody made of a white girl, and they made it so it looked like I'm looking at the white girl and I'm second guessing whether I want to suffer the snow bunny crisis. Right? And I'm saying to myself, with all the content that Dr. Umar has in the YouTube universe, with all the content that I have out there for you to post, Snoop Dogg don't post the lectures on special ed or ADHD or Pan-Africanism or loving a black woman. He posts the video of me imaginarily looking at the white girl. I'm not knocking him, but where's my check? He can post videos all day if I get a damn check. But the reason I'm bringing this up, because we ain't picking on Snoop, we love our brother, but a lot of y'all ask me, Dr. Umar, you've been raising money for 6 years. Why none of the celebrities donated? We know they all know who I am. If Snoop know, they all know. The reason they won't donate because they're too afraid of the backlash from Crackerville for supporting an unapologetically African black man. That's why they haven't donated, brothers and sisters. They scared. I knew one of Puff Daddy engineers. He said, Doc, I went into the office to talk to Puff and said, Puff, you need to meet this guy, Dr. Umar. Puff said, I know him. And then he said, Puff told me that you would get him killed. Damn, Puffy. They scared, brothers and sisters. They don't belong to us. They belong to the corporations. Right. Black celebrities are corporate commodities. Stop looking at them as members of the community. They're not. That's why every time I meet a little boy, a little girl who says, I want to be a football player, athlete, it hurts me because if you make it, I know you will be inducted into the Hall of Fame for coons.
Ray Lewis.
And we got too many already on the wall of coons, brothers and sisters.
Ray Lewis.
Whatever you do, don't die a coon, brothers and sisters. And you got to make sure you don't marry a coon as well. Because a lot of y'all real, but you're so thirsty, you end up settling down with a coon. And you can't reproduce babies with a coon because the baby going to be half coon and half African. And there's no therapy for that shit. So when somebody tells you all white people are racist, it don't sit well with you. It goes against what you learned in the mosque. It goes against what you learned in the church. What do he mean all white people are racist? You can't say that, Dr. Umar. Yes, I can, because they all are.
Thank you.
Do you know what racism is? Racism is not necessarily racial hatred. Every single white person may not hate you, but every single white person want to control your resources and opportunities.
And have a use for you.
Do you understand the difference? Racism is not about how they feel about you. Racism is about making sure they are in charge of you. Racism is about power and opportunity, nothing else. All your white friends you hang out with, and the white boyfriend and the white girlfriend you got with your nasty self. Okay?
You know it.
Do you not think they don't know they white? Do you not think if something triggered off between their community and yours, they not standing with us? Ain't a white person you know going to side with the blacks. They're going to go with their own people. They're going to go with their own people. And in addition to that, some of us think, well, okay, we can't work with the whites, but we can work with all the other ones. No, you can't. Chinese can't stand you. Arabs can't stand you. Mexicans can't stand you.
Indians can't stand you.
None of them like you, which is why I don't understand why you push multiculturalism. What are you pushing multiculturalism for? Name me a group that has ever went to bat for black people your whole time in America. Give me one.
Not even blacks.
The Native Americans got their casinos and then wrote into their own contracts, their own constitutions for the reservations that got the casinos that no African American, even if you prove that you got some native blood, you cannot lay claim to the wealth of the casinos. Go do your research. And you can't wait to tell somebody how much Cherokee you got in your damn blood. They can't even stand your ass.
That's right.
But that's what happened when you got people who have never been raised on a steady diet of self-love. We've never been taught to love self. We've been taught to love Jesus. We've been taught to love Muhammad. We've never been taught to love ourselves. And that's why we need a new educational paradigm for a new black psychology. The two things what we must start with is education and economics. If you say only two things in the new year, brothers and sisters, we must focus on education. We got to change the way our babies think, because right now they think like y'all, and that's not good. Because you only black 40% of the week. You Caucasian the other 60. We need black kids who are 100% black every day of the week. You wear two costumes. You got a white consciousness and you got a black consciousness, and you switch them on and off as necessary. And that is very damaging to your sense of self and to your cultural identity. And the reason you got to switch off your African consciousness between your European consciousness is because you can't get a job from black folks. We're the only people who do not systematically employ our own. If a teenage kid in Brooklyn need a job, you're going to have hell and high water getting one from a black business. Our people would rather hire non-blacks than our own kids. And thanks to Kamala Harris, y'all going to see an influx of East Indians coming in over the next 10 years like you've never seen before. Kamala Harris was a consolation prize to the government of India, brothers and sisters. She's not in there by happenstance. That was strategy. America is in a Cold War with China. India shares the Asian continent with China. America cannot afford for India to build relationships with China. So we're going to make our vice president an East Indian to beg you into siding with us against China. And in order to do that, they're going to have to let them East Indians run over. See, they used the Mexicans against blacks from 2000 to 2020. And now it's going to be the East Indians against blacks from 2020 to 2040. They always bring in another non-white group to make sure American capitalism is never dependent on black labor. They let the Mexicans over to take the Walmart jobs and all the other jobs that we should not have had to take for what we've done to make this country what it is. The Mexicans was there to make sure you didn't even get a minimum wage job. And now the East Indians are going to come in and do the same, brothers and sisters. As I prepare to wrap this up, I want to say that this decade we in right now is probably the most dangerous decade we've been in since the 60s. They're not trying to bury the black man, they're trying to exterminate the black man and woman. We got to get over this black man versus black woman concept. We need each other. We need each other. We got to stop saying the black man is more important than the black woman and the black woman is more important than the black man. It's all nonsense. We are one, brothers and sisters. God created the universe. God created the universe half masculine and half feminine. Everything has a positive charge and a negative charge. Everything does. For the sun, there's the moon. For water, there's earth. For male, there's female. Those of us who oppose same-sex relations, we oppose it on the grounds that it is universally unhealthy. When you get your car charged, you know that when you charge your car, jumpstart that battery, you better not put the positive with the positive. You're going to get blown away. The positive can only go with the negative. And negative doesn't mean evil or bad. It just means the receiver. The woman is the receiver. She's not negative. She's just the receiver.
Unless the white man gets to it.
Unless the white man get to it. And black women, stop dating these white men. And black men, stop dating these white girls. You don't even look right with them. It devalues your Africanity, brother. I don't hate them. I go in the airport, if a black man got a white woman, he see Dr. Umar come, he act like he not with, he walk over to McDonald's. You gotta walk in the airport with me one day. It's amazing how people react to me in the airport. It is amazing. It is amazing how they react to me in the airport.
Showtime, they ain't even follow.
Absolutely. Put it on the show for me. Listen, brother, if that is your coconut queen, so be it. I don't support it. You know that. We're not going to argue about it. Or you having a good day. I can sit down and talk to him. He's still a black man. I can't struggle with him because I know who he go home to. But I can sit down and have a conversation. Brother, you homosexual? All right. I can't struggle with you. But we can still sit down and talk about the game for a few minutes. Sister, you lesbian? I can't get down with that. But I still love you. Sit down. Let's talk. And brothers, if you know, if you spend, if the right masculine energy charges into that lesbian energy, you will convert her to her African divinity. I've seen it happen. Let the brother with the right swag come up on that lesbian, her ass and start floating in 5 minutes. We just got to bring them back to the consciousness. That's why we got to have black masculinity, brothers. I know being black and masculine is not popular in America. They hate black masculinity. That's why they hated Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. That's why they renounced him on the floor of the U.S. Senate and the U.S. House of Representatives. I believe he's the first African ever to be renounced in both houses of Congress. Just for being unapologetically a black man. And we got to raise our boys to be unapologetically alpha. Because right now they're conditioning them. If you want to be successful, 6th grader, soften your walk. You want to be successful, 8th grader, soften your tone. Take some of that bass out your voice. Have you noticed most of the successful black men that you see on TV are effeminate? They may not be homosexual, but they have an effeminizing quality to their personality.
Jimmy got a little bit of this.
And for many of them, it is voluntary so they don't pose a threat to the white social order.
Wow.
That's why until we build an independent black economy, our children will never be safe from the oppressor, because as long as you got to go to him to pay your bills, everybody in here is a potential coon. Only the person who earns his own money through his own business can say what he wants to say, how he wants to say it, where he wants to. Dr. Khalid was able to do that because he was independent. I'm able to do that because I'm independent. It's tough being independent, but once you taste freedom, you'll never want to give it back. All of y'all out there who have ever started your own business, you might have made less money in your own business than you did working for the devil, but that freedom you tasted of making your own schedule, that freedom you tasted of setting your own price, that freedom you tasted of choosing when you're going to go to work and when you don't want to.
Hey, nothing on the right.
Nothing can make you put that slave chain back around your neck.